in Delaware. They've won 4 in a row. Cajuns have won 4 in a row. We'll see what happens. One streak ends tonight. Louisiana Tech in the blue with the red and white trim. Cajuns in the white with the red trim as Jaqueline Gant gets set to jump it up against Anthony DeRucci. And the Bulldogs get the tip. They'll have the first crack at it here tonight.
Cajuns starting off man-to-man, Dan.
Quan Bracey looking inside. Oliver Powell at the top of the key. He'll hand it back to Archibald. Bulldogs on the weave and a travel already as a little bit too many steps for Jacoby Pemberton.
Pemberton tried to plant that foot and drag a couple steps, so the ball goes back to Louisiana.
Marcus Stroman running the point for the Cajuns. Justin Miller hands it back to Stroman and he'll run the offense. Gant on the near side. He's got it over in the corner to Marchetti. They'll take it inside. Miller looking for the shot, goes up, contact, but gets the shot to roll. Justin Miller with the first basket of the night.
A couple double pumps and a little baby left-handed hook, and it falls in.
Miller averaging 11.1 per game. Only had 5 points last week. There's a jump ball called and alternating possession. It will go to the Cajuns. So 2 possessions and 2 turnovers for the Bulldogs.
It'll be a lot of fun to see what happens inside, Dan, because the Bulldogs are so tough inside the paint. And the Cajuns trying to make that statement there. Got off to a good start there.
Gant hands to Miller, pass inside, goes to Marchetti. He's going to take an extra step, and he'll get called for the travel. So both the two teams, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of pregame jitters. 3 turnovers in the first 4 possessions by the two teams combined.
The travels are tied 1-1.
Bracey working against Stroman. Archibald looks for an opening. He finds one, but that shot's offline. Stroman's going to run down the rebound. Marcus Stroman's actually the 3rd leading rebounder on this team at the point guard. They'll go to Marchetti, tries to drive, gets caught in the middle. Gant with the 15-footer off the back iron, no good. Powell controls the rebound in traffic. Taking it to the hole, shots put up, no good, but the foul's going to be called on Malik Marchetti.
A little bit of contact right near the blocks on the left side. You know, watch the move come down the left side.
Pemberton takes it right to the hole. Contact there, gets called for the foul. And Pemberton will go to the line. 67% free throw shooter this year.
Contact on the right arm.
Bulldogs as a team shoot 69% from the line. Pemberton makes the first 2. And we're all tied about 90 seconds in. Glad you could be along with us tonight here at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette. Dan McDonald along with Scott Bresna for this long-time rivalry between these two teams. Inside, Gant, tough jumper on the baseline. Contact there, no call as Pemberton comes down with the rebound. He comes on the run again. He'll stop and kick it out. Archibald passes up the jumper, now takes it again. Gant controls the rebound. Stroman looks for the drive. He'll take it. He's got a lot of contact there. Ball's loose up under the basket, and it's going to stay with the Cajuns. And I think it's already obvious, Scott, they're going to let them play a little bit tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we're already seeing the shoulder to shoulder and the body to body, and Raging Cajuns and the Bulldogs, typical ball game, I think.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's all right. Let the athletes play.
Under the basket, Russell has it knocked away and blocked by Archibald, and he comes the other direction. He'll take it all the way to the rack. Jaqueline Gant rejects that one. But Gant goes down hard under the basket. Cajuns are playing 5-on-4 right now. Gant still on the floor. Inside it goes. Shot is up. And a foul called. Stroman will get the basket. But the more pressing issue is way on the other end of the floor after Stroman's basket. And Jaqueline Gant went down hard under the basket after that blocked shot.
Gant got up so high on that. Now let's watch the play here. The bucket.
Nice
little
give.
Feed. Yep, really great give. But Gant got up so high on that block shot. Dan came down hard, and he has not left that spot. Looks like they're trying to get him up. Bob Marlin came out there pretty quickly, too.
Cajun trainer B.J. Duplantis is out there, along with Cajun team physician Dr. Dan Carroll. And they're pulling him up by his arm, so I guess that is a good thing that he's back on his feet. Got a chance to see the block from close in. And went down hard on his hip.
Well, he came down across, almost diagonal, the angle of his body.
Strowman got the basket. Oliver Powell was whistled for the foul. First team foul. And you can see the block, how high he was, but nothing to cushion that blow as he went down hard on his hip or his back. Strowman's free throw bounces out, no good. And Bulldogs back on the attack. Archibald gives it off inside. Quick pass on the baseline, put up the three-pointers off iron, no good by Pemberton. Marchetti comes away with it.
Got likely Marchetti called off the Dogs, backed up a little bit.
Miller takes it to the hole, puts the high arcing layup up and good. Justin Miller with 4 points, and with Gant out, he's going to have to do a lot of the dirty work inside. Daquan Bracey gets behind the defense, and he gets the basket. First bucket for the Bulldogs.
You saw quickly that turn. Both teams moving the ball up and down the court real quickly. They're not afraid to throw that length of the court pass.
Jerikas Davis checked in when Gant had to go out with the injury, so he's in right now. And they're going to call an illegal screen on the Cajuns, and it's going to be on Jerikas Davis.
Didn't see, couldn't tell if he was set or not, Dan.
His first personal, second team foul.
Davis coming in with a hot hand, 27 points against Prairie View earlier this week.
It's going to be a little bit more pressure on the Cajun inside players with Gant out of the lineup. Now, Louisiana Tech can appreciate that. They're basically playing with 7 healthy guys that would normally be in the regular rotation.
Tech with only 1 senior.
Up, and Powell lets that pass, goes flying a little bit, and turnover as the ball almost went out of bounds. Jerikas Davis ran it down, and he got bucked pretty good by Bracey. Bracey's first personal, second team foul.
Making the point earlier, Tech with only 1 senior, 6 juniors. The kids are growing up. Last year 17 and 16, and a slightly down year for a really good program. And 1 senior, 6 juniors, 4 sophomores. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch the next couple of years.
Miller on the baseline. Looking for a gap. He'll get it back to Strowman. Strowman with the 28-footer is up and good.
Strowman with a nice set shot, top of the key, just to the right.
Needed the set shot. He was about 5 feet behind the arc. Bracey out front working against Strowman. He'll drive, kick it off. It's going to go off the hand of Marchetti and going to go out of bounds. It will be Bulldog ball when we come back. 15:47 left in the first half. Our score, Louisiana 9, Louisiana Tech 4 here at the Cajun Dome. On the sideline from Cajun trainer B.J. Duplantis, Gant comes into the game the only player in the country in Division I who's averaging 18.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game. So you know what his presence means to this team.
Impressive bats and stats there. We saw him walk away, and boy, he's holding the middle of that lower back, too.
Bulldogs will be inbounding as Bracey has it out front. Cajuns in a little bit of a matchup zone right now. Strowman over, but Bracey almost fell down, but able to keep possession of it. Pemberton tries to drive the baseline. Now he's stuck. He'll get called for the travel.
That's twice Pemberton been trying to plant that foot and dragging it just a couple steps. UL assistant coach Mike Murphy loves Bracey, says he is the guy to watch. He is the most dangerous guy that will keep Tech in this ball game and maybe help them win it.
4 turnovers now for the Bulldogs. 3-pointer put up by Miller, all fire, no good. DeRucci clears the rebound. The sophomore from Germantown, Maryland rather, but that one's taken away as the Bulldogs turn it over for the 5th time in the first 5 minutes. All the way to the basket is Miller, but he gets it blocked away by Mubarak Muhammad, who checked in at the break. Muhammad, a product of Nigeria.
That's a couple times Cajuns going with that high trap. They bring Miller up really high to help out a guard.
Tried to dump it off, but run down over on the sideline by Pemberton. Long 3 from the corner. And getting the shooter's roll is Muhammad, the 6'7" junior from Nigeria. Gets the three-pointer to drop. Only his second three-pointer of the year.
It's the rim and straight up, and then rattles on in.
Davis leaves it for Stroman out front. Cajuns still trying to find interior presence. They'll kick it back. Davis from the top of the key. That one's off iron, no good. Run down with a rebound by Muhammad. Muhammad averaging 4.5 rebounds a game coming off the bench. Long three ball put up by Langston, who's in the game. Rashawn Langston checks in. Junior from Little Rock, but that's off the back iron and goes out of bounds, and it'll go to the Cajuns.
Davis missing from the deep three. What, he make 7 of those earlier this week?
Neither team coming out filling it up so far tonight as they did in their last games. Cajuns, of course, beat Prairie View 122-90 on Tuesday. Bulldogs defeated Mississippi Valley 96-80 that same night. Of course, competition level for both of them picking up a little bit tonight. Stroman goes cross court to Marchetti. He'll take the individual drive. He'll dump it for Miller. A lot of contact again inside, taken away. It's going to stay with the Cajuns.
Miller came down, he and Powell wrestling over it and calling it out on Tech.
And only 4 seconds left on the shot clock as the shot didn't get to the iron, so
need something quick.
We'll see if Louisiana realizes that there's that long left, but apparently Jerikas Davis did, because he snuck in behind the Bulldog defense and got the easy one.
Great little feed and putting in just the right spot for Davis to get.
Archibald still out front. Kicks it over to Powell. He'll take the jumper from the key. That's way off iron, no good. Didn't even draw the iron, and Cajuns coming the other direction. As Cedric Russell, the sophomore from Alexandria. Stroman is going to be hit on the way to the basket, and the foul's going to be called on Langston.
You heard the quick slap even over here. You look at the stat sheet with Tech. Tech leads Conference USA teams in field goal percentage, but they're last in field goal percentage defense. So you've got the world of both extremes.
Marchetti will inbound and get it to Stroman. Marchetti again looks for the drive. He'll stop with a pull up. That's way off. Didn't catch anything. But Miller on the inside gets it blocked away. No man's land inside tonight for both of these two teams as Powell came up with it. Puts up the shot, no good. Powell there on the follow, though. Found the offensive board and put it back up easily.
Powell, the team captain, and getting it done. I mean, 13 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and a good ball player.
Jeremy Hayes with possession. He checked in at the last dead ball. One of the forward spots. He'll take it to the rack. That one's off the back of the iron, no good. It goes to Davis, puts up a tough shot and draws the foul.
Jerikas' shoulders aimed toward the goal. His right shoulder's aimed toward us at half court. Trying to create something.
Fouls on Mo Muhammad. His first. 14 fouls now on the Bulldogs.
We're seeing some interesting shots here, Dan.
Yeah, you see, Miller tipped it actually to Davis, and he put it back up and drew the foul. Jerikas Davis, only a 44% free throw shooter this year, even though we know he can fill it up from the outside. He was only 4 for 9 going to this attempt, now 5 for 10.
Checking in for the Bulldogs.
And good news for Louisiana fans, Keenan Gant's going to check back in. He still looks a little...
Yeah, he's moving a little gingerly there, Dan.
Anthony DeRucci checks back in also for the Bulldogs, but Gant back in the game is a good sign for Louisiana. He went down hard under the basket. Second free throw, that bounces in and out, no good, and Muhammad clears the rebound. Louisiana by 3 as we're nearing the halfway point of the first half. Neither team has shown the offense that we know they have, and Gant just went up and got another block shot and came down awkwardly again. Foul's going to be called on Jerikas Davis and picks up his second foul. And you can tell that Gant is really struggling right now.
Yeah, Gant's in pain, Dan. I mean, watch right here. Just getting up and coming down, even just on his left leg.
First free throw from Muhammad is up and good. Muhammad's only a 50% free throw shooter. But he nailed that three-pointer just a minute ago as Jarikus Davis checks out and Trajan Wesley checks in for the Raging Cajuns, the 5'9" freshman from Navasota, Texas. Gant controls that rebound on Muhammad's missed second free throw. Stroman's going to take it all the way inside, and he'll draw the foul.
Well, Stroman just can shift from first to third in a heartbeat, can't he?
Foul's called on Archibald, his first, fifth team foul. Cajuns will be shooting free throws when we return. Louisiana by 2 here at the Cajun Dome. The South Louisiana area, and just a reminder, speaking of holidays, at halftime tonight coming up, Louisiana's Student Athlete Advisory Committee will have some holiday activities as they'll be out in the community. Also at halftime, Cedric Russell is our guy in the locker room. He'll be interviewing some of his Raging Cajun teammates. As you see, Jakeenan Gant, and still looks uncomfortable as he's walking back out on the floor.
Yeah, that grimace is working pretty good for him, isn't it?
Number 35, Marcus Stroman.
Marcus Stroman will go back to the line after being fouled on his way to the basket. Stroman, a 76% free throw shooter, missed his first one tonight, has this one go, and he is the leading scorer in the game with 6 points already.
Stroman doesn't stop on either end because on defense he picks up the Tech guards right near half court.
Second one's up and good. He's got 7. He's got half the Cajun points, and Louisiana by 4. Archibald with about a 6-inch advantage on Trajan Wesley, guarding him out front. Passes, tried to dump it down inside. Stroman had the steal, but the foul was back behind. And Stroman picks up the foul. Had good position, but we'll see how he got that position. Kind of bumped a guy out of the way.
Yeah, just on the back end of your screen there.
Inbounds pass quickly. Jumpers put up and good. Basket by Langston, his first bucket of the night. Langston came in averaging 6.8 per game. And Trajan Wesley will run some at the point along with Stroman. He and Stroman teaming up. He kicks it inside, leaves it for Marchetti.
2 points,
Nice job by Wesley to dish it off to an open cutter through.
And we talked about the officials letting them play because right there Wesley was bumped over a little bit, but let the continuation of the play happen.
Cajuns in the man-to-man. Langston outside. Tries to dump it down. It's knocked out of bounds by Gant. Tried to get it into Stacy Thomas's hands. Thomas checking in after playing only 1 minute against Mississippi Valley on Tuesday night. Thomas only plays about 7 minutes a game. Tried to set a screen outside in the drive, and it's going to be called on Wesley as he was a little late getting his position set. First foul on Wesley, 5th team foul for the Cajuns.
Yeah, Wesley tried to slide over, but just missed getting that step ready. What's the footprint? Yeah, he wasn't set.
Quickly bringing it into Derugi. He has to leave it way back outside. Long three-pointers put up and banged home by Archibald. Archibald 17 for 49 this year outside the arc, shooting 35%.
And they've had a couple from downtown. Got to make the coach feel a little bit happier.
James over in the corner. Marchetti bluffed the drive. Leaves it outside for Stroman. Had to go up the ladder to get it. 10 on the shot clock. Wesley leaves it for Marchetti. 7 on the shot clock. Twisting layup inside is up and good. Marchetti with an athletic move.
Well, that was real nice. He had that almost like the plastic man extra stretch right there to go around to the left.
Archibald on the drive, and he will draw the foul again, and Wesley's picked up his second foul.
Now the Cajuns fan wanted traveling because he kind of was carrying the ball like a football there for a second, but was that caused by the foul? No, just before the foul.
Looks like it came before the foul.
Yep.
But nevertheless, Archibald will go to the line, 68% free throw shooter.
Yep, nevertheless, that's not the call, is it? Mike Murphy likes Archibald's play too, loves the guard play from Tech.
Archibald, 5th leading scorer, one of 5 double-figure scores. He's averaging 10.7. Makes the first free throw. Bracey checks back in for Louisiana Tech. Miller and Russell checking back in for Louisiana.
Gant going back out too, Dan. He's just grimacing the whole way.
Second free throw for Archibald's up and good. He's got 5, and again, it's a 1-point game as we hit the 10-minute mark.
B.J. Duplantis, the Cajuns trainer, taking Gant off to the side again to do some work.
Stroman out front being guarded by Bracey. They'll leave it for Miller. Puts up the layup, and he'll get the offensive foul. Miller got caught going to the basket a little too hard. DeRucci had good position and drew the offensive foul. For Miller, his first foul.
And as opposed to what you saw from Wesley earlier, this time Tech was set, and a good call. I don't know if I'd want to take a charge from Miller, though.
Bracey out front now working against Hayes. He'll hand it off. Or he tried to hand it off. Too much of the screen. Bracey puts up the shot. Not close again. Miller with the rebound. Well defended that time. Stroman will kick it back to Marchetti. Bluffs the 3. Still bluffs the 3. And now he'll hand it back, and the Cajuns will set it up.
15 on the clock. Cajuns working it. Getting it down low to Stroman.
Stroman back over to Russell. His 3 ball is up. All fire, no good, but Marchetti fights the rebound. Gets it again for the second time. He'll spin it inside, kick it back to Russell, back out to Stroman. He bluffs the 3. Now they'll get it to Hayes. Long 3-pointer, that's no good. Miller on the rebound again. Handed it off, and Marchetti finally puts it in. The Cajuns, with a lot of offensive chances that time, finally made it count. Bracey with the tough spinning shot, no good. Miller controls the rebound. Stroman on the drive, won't get the roll, but he'll get the foul.
All right, on that last series, there was a whole lot happening, Dan. Hats off to you for calling it all, because there were tons.
I was having trouble keeping up.
There were tons of attempts.
Stroman will draw the foul on Bracey. That's Bracey's second foul. With 8:37 left in the first half. Stroman at the line again. He is now 3 for 4 tonight. Made 3 in a row.
Yep, made the last 3.
And they're going to take Bracey out. The Bulldogs head coach Eric Conkle want to make sure that Bracey, his leading scorer, doesn't pick up that 3rd foul.
It's too valuable to this ball club to risk him this early.
Stroman will have a second shot. If he makes it, P.J. Hardy will check in for him. That one rolls around, no good. Powell controls the rebound. Stroman 3 for 5 at the line. Louisiana by 4. We sneak up on the 8-minute mark. Drive by Pemberton, kick in the corner. Long 3-pointer is up and good by Muhammad. The big 6'7" Nigeria product has 2 of those now. He pulls the Bulldogs back within 1.
For a team that struggled a bit from the 3-point line, they've had some success here this season.
Muhammad has now twice as many threes in this game as he had all year coming in. Marchetti on the drive, takes it to the hole, has it blocked away. And that was again Muhammad with the block shot. Long 3 ball the other way, and Archibald connects with his second 3. And quickly the Bulldogs up by 2.
Louisiana Tech finding the friendly confines of the Cajun Dome to their liking, especially when shooting from downtown.
Bulldogs on a 6-0 run, both of them on 3-pointers. Russell trying to find an avenue, and he'll get called for the offensive foul. And I don't know about that one. Looked like his defender was still moving, but
that one, I don't think he was set.
Russell gets the foul, his first. Louisiana Tech 23, Louisiana 21 here at the Cajun Dome. Had the early 7-0 lead, but then played catch-up just about the rest of the way. Andre Nunez with a touchdown pass, touchdown runs for Raymond Calais and Elijah Mitchell. But they struggled to stop Tulane's offense. Tulane with 482 total offensive yards in the game, a lot of it coming from Darius Bradwell, the running back, who had a big game with 150 yards and 2 scores.
Cajuns cut to 3 late with 10 minutes to go, but couldn't get any closer.
Bulldog basketball as we return to play. DeRucci outside. They'll dump it down low. Spin move by Powell leaves it woefully short again. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And it will be Cajun basketball up under their own hoop. Bulldogs with their first lead of the ball game. After a couple of back-to-back trays, P.J. Hardy has checked in for Louisiana as Marchetti has it out front. Bluffs the three again. Now with the spin move, he'll take it to the basket, and he will draw the offensive foul.
All right, we've had 4 of those now. Let's see if this one they were set, because 2 of the 3 they haven't been set either team. Yep.
It looked like he was there that time. Yep. Marchetti picking up his second foul. 9th team foul in Louisiana, so the Bulldogs will shoot 2 from here on out for the rest of the half.
Paul with the high screen.
Nice
the bucket.
Jumper by Archibald. Archibald's got 10 already after he had only 3 against Mississippi Valley.
Tech has found its shooting stroke, Dan.
Bulldogs now 8 out of 18 from the field. Cajuns only 8 of 23. That's under 35%. And they have looked out of sync.
Ooh, travel.
And a travel's going to be called on Jeremy Hayes as he drug a foot before the drive. And Marcus Stroman's going to check back in to try to settle the Cajun offense down. That Cajun has looked out of sync ever since Jakeen Gant without injury and went out with the injury. And Bob Marlin's going to take a 30-second timeout here to try to settle his offense down.
Yeah, Stroman had just a short break, and the jumping of the steps back there, he's seen it a couple times now where he needs his quarterback back out there.
You see the Cajuns scoring this year have had no problem scoring for the most part, averaging almost 87 points a game.
Although 120 won't hurt that average, will it?
You score in 120 area twice during the year, and that will skew those numbers a good bit, but haven't found that offensive sync tonight. 8 out of 23 from the field, only 1 out of 6 from three-point range.
No, and really, even a couple of the buckets underneath, Dan, have been sort of a hodgepodge of balls coming off the rim hard and quick little passes going off the legs, and haven't really been in sync at all.
Archibald being guarded by Hardy. They put it in the hands of DeRucci again. Back to Archibald. Hardy is right up on him looking for a screen. He'll put up the long three-pointer. That doesn't draw iron, and Miller has the rebound. Miller with 7 rebounds in the game already. In the corner, it goes to Hayes. Back out top now to Hardy. And he'll put it in the hands of the point guard, Stroman.
Tech coming out high in their man-to-man, respecting the Cajuns' ability to shoot from 3.
Stroman with 7 on the shot clock. He'll launch the three-pointer. Marcus Stroman with his second three-pointer of the game.
Coming out high, but you couldn't stop the Stroman set.
11 points for Stroman. He pulls Louisiana back within 1. And an offensive foul, an illegal screen is going to be called this time on the Bulldogs as DeRucci was stepping in. Foul's going to be called on Muhammad. That is his second foul. And he'll go out of the game, and Langston will check back in.
Cajuns still looking for a bit of a flow out there. You know, you got Stroman sinking a couple long set shots, but really nothing quite cohesive in there.
Jerikus Davis outside, hands it back to Stroman. He'll look for the drive. He'll take it, give it off to Miller inside. Leaves the layup short, has it knocked away from him, and a jump ball is going to be called. Alternating possession will go to the Bulldogs. Miller had the easy putback, missed the bunny here close, and then you're not going to go back up twice with all that traffic inside because they're letting them bang pretty good inside.
Which I think helps Tech because they're such a good inside in the paint kind of team.
Eric Conkle, the head coach for the Bulldogs in his 4th season.
He's done a great job over there too.
Great record, 71-39, especially when you consider that last year was a little bit of a down year after those first 2 seasons.
Yeah, 23 wins, and then 17 and 16. You know you got a good program when you say 17 and 16 is a down year.
That time, Archibald was the one that got away with the travel as the Bulldogs break the press and break the timeline. DeRucci on the drive, and now we get the makeup call. I'm sorry, but the first one was a lot more blatant than that one.
That's the one that should have been called, right?
Cajuns will be inbounding. Turnovers for both teams mounting up. In fact, both of them have almost as many turnovers as they have field goals in the game. Hardy outside, he'll give it off to Stroman, looks for the screen. Back in the corner to Hayes, he'll take it inside, tough shot up, no good. Miller on the rebound again, back to Hardy for 3, and that doesn't draw iron. Langston with the rebound.
That's twice you've seen Miller get the rebound low. He needs to go right back up. I mean, he's right at the block.
3 ball is up, that one rolls away, and Justin Miller again with the rebound. He's already got 10 rebounds in the game. Miller outside, he'll hold it up, he'll hand it off to Davis. Hadn't been able to shake clear any tonight. He'll go back to Miller. A little out of control as he gets it to Hayes on the side, and he'll take it inside, and he'll get called for the travel. There is a lot of banging around going on tonight.
Well, we said early on they're letting him play.
Yes, they are. 3 minutes 37 left in the first half here. Louisiana Tech 25, Louisiana 24 when we return to the Cajun Dome. Amori Archibald, sophomore guard for the Bulldogs, has found the range from deep here tonight at the Cajun Dome. He's hit a couple of 3-pointers. On his way to 10 points already. He will stop and pop over the Louisiana defense. His 3 trays and another jumper in the key area has helped the Bulldogs take a 1-point lead.
It took
Tech inside the last 4 minutes.
Took Tech a little while to get going. The Cajuns were up 9-4 at some point, but no, Tech has played very well. Been shooting the ball really well the last 3 possessions.
Cajuns with man-to-man pressure.
3 quarters.
They get it down court to Powell. And Archibald has it out front. Ball does get bounced away. Archibald's able to run it down with 8 on the shot clock. DeRucci on the drive, leaves it short. Stroman comes away with the rebound.
Good aggressive play underneath the goal. Here's Stroman.
And he'll take it in, and that time the block is called. Block's going to be called on Oliver Powell, his 2nd foul.
Now you watch a guard like Stroman, Dan, it's almost like he operates at a different speed than the rest of the world because he can quickly see that crease.
At the line for 2 shots for the Cajuns, number 35.
Stroman will get 2 shots, 8th team foul for Louisiana Tech, so the Cajuns will shoot in the bonus for the rest of the way. Stroman with 11 points, 3 out of 5 free throws so far tonight. Make that 4 out of 6.
And for the Bulldogs, number 23, Mubarak Muhammad, and number 4, Juan Bracey.
Muhammad and Bracey check back in, both of them playing with 2 fouls now.
Muhammad's made a couple deep ones from the left baseline.
As soon as we get a little more house cleaning under the basket, Stroman will have his 2nd free throw. That one rattles home. Stroman now with 13 here in the first half.
Wesley picking him up from the get-go.
Bracey working against Trajan Wesley. Cross-court pass, drive in is knocked away, but coming down with it and driving it inside. Off glass, no good. As that time Bracey missed the easy one, and Louisiana comes down with the rebound. Davis will leave it all for Stroman. Cajuns by 1 and with the basketball. And Stroman's going to set things up. Got Wesley moving and looking inside for Davis, and now Stroman loses possession and is taken away by DeRucci. quickly down court. Bracey hands it off inside. Shot's going to be put up and good by Pemberton. His first basket of the night. He's got 4, and the Bulldogs back up by 1.
All of that set up by the turnover. Points off the turnover.
Cajuns with 9 turnovers. Bulldogs with 8. And another turnover as Stroman tried to find an open route to the basket and getting bumped out of bounds. Nice hustle play by Wesley as he gets bumped by DeRucci.
Here you go, the length of the court. Wesley getting down real quickly.
DeRucci's first foul, 9th team foul on the Bulldogs, so we'll go to the other end, and Wesley will shoot the 1-and-1. And that was nothing but a hustle play going the other direction.
I was just going to say that, Dan, flat out hustle.
Wesley, a freshman from Navasota, Texas. Leading free throw shooter on the Cajun team. He is 86% this year, 18 out of 21.
Well, just one of those guys not afraid to do the dirty work.
And it got him with that leading of the team mark as he misses the first of the 1-and-1. Pemberton bluffs and then takes the three-pointer.
3 points, Jacoby Pemberton.
Jacoby Pemberton with his first tray of the night. And Louisiana Tech has its largest lead of the ball game. Ties its largest lead at 4.
Pemberton's had some big games, 13 points, 13 rebounds against Mississippi Valley State.
Pass is knocked away from Davis, and they'll go the other way. Bracey lays it up and good.
2 points, Stephon Bracey.
6-point Bulldog lead, and a timeout's taken by Louisiana Tech coach Eric Conkle. He uses his 30-second timeout here.
And Bob Marlin just can't be happy in the least because just really messy basketball the last few possessions.
Louisiana now with 11 turnovers here in the first half.
And conversely, hats off to Tech because a good team takes advantage of those turnovers. Tech looking much cleaner.
Louisiana Tech, you see, we talked about them in the pregame. They like to run up and down the floor also, averaging over 81 points a game. Neither team on any kind of pace like that so far tonight is really, neither team shot it well enough in order to do that. And both teams having a lot of turnovers. I mean, the Bulldogs have turned it over 9 times themselves, but they've also forced pressure on the other end.
It doesn't seem like their turnovers have been as costly, though. The Cajuns' turnovers seem to be leading right to Bulldog points. Opportunistic.
Bulldogs by 6 as the Cajuns have possession. Stroman running the point. Looking for the backdoor cut that time, wasn't there. Now he has to dish it off to Russell. Davis out front after that hot game he had Tuesday has not been able to find any room so far tonight. Stroman looking for a drive. He'll take it inside. May have taken an extra step, but puts it up and good. Marcus Stroman with 15 points in the first half.
And right now, Stroman could use a little help. I mean, he's being double teamed up there. Somebody's open.
Stroman had a double-double on Tuesday against Prairie View. Three-pointer is off the back iron, no good. Marchetti with the rebound. Cajuns cannot hold for one as there's about a 4-second difference in the game clock and the shot clock.
And Dan, we haven't seen Gant for at least the last 10 minutes.
But he's not even on the bench right now.
Right.
He has gone back to the dressing room. Marchetti has it out front with 7 on the shot clock. Stroman will launch a 30-footer. That didn't catch anything, and the Bulldogs will try to get off a last shot. Archibald drives to the top of the key, throws up a desperation one off iron. Nicely defended that time by Stroman to keep Archibald from getting a clear look at a 3. But it's the Bulldogs at halftime. Louisiana Tech 32, Louisiana 28 on this in-state rivalry here at the Cajun Dome.